gonna grin. You get out what you put in. You get out what you put in. Never gonna lose, never gonna win. Long as you're happy, you're always gonna grin. You get out what you put in. You get out what you put in. You get out what you put in. Good afternoon, Caroline. How the devil are you?
I'm so good. I love that musical intro. I love watching all the videos. It's amazing. It always just builds us up for the session.
Absolutely. And we've got to build up today. Who's in the green room, Caroline?
You, honestly, I don't know how you do it, Ashley. You're so persuasive. You get the best people in your green room. But look, we have got the incredible Steve Judge. Steve is going to be Steve's going to be doing a keynote session at Accountex in a couple of weeks' time. And he's just got such an inspirational story.
14 days time, Caroline.
14 days.
14
days. Oh, my goodness. It's so nearly there. You can nearly sniff it.
Oh, my goodness.
But yeah, I can't wait to hear Steve's story. He's going to be talking about how he went from wheelchair to world champion and beyond in business. Honestly, he's just got an incredible story to share. And I'm really looking forward to hearing your interview with him and seeing him on the site at the show as well. It's going to be fantastic.
Super duper. What else is happening in 2 weeks' time? It must be absolutely crazy at Accountex Towers, surely.
It's all calm and serene. Everyone's got everything under control. Look, we're in the best bit right now. It's just the energy is off the chain. It's so exciting. All the final little details are going into place, and we just can't wait to deliver the show. You know, the adrenaline is pumping, and we're ready for it. Absolutely ready for it. But I've got a couple of new announcements for you.
Amazing. Go on.
So. The first thing I want to tell everybody is that we've been working with some of our exhibitors on some exclusive offers that are only going to be available to the visitors when they come to the show, and they can redeem the offer on site on that exhibitor's stand. And they are incredible. Do check out our website. You can see all the offers. And a little birdie told me, actually, that you might have a little offer as well.
Well, look, Caroline, one of the biggest problems that people have with using LinkedIn is they don't know what to write. So I've written a book there, okay? And I'm going to be giving away a few copies on the LinkedIn Lounge. So if anyone comes to the LinkedIn Lounge, comes and says hello, and they do a post with my book and me, then they can have a copy of that book to help them with their content. So, yeah.
Fantastic. And will you sign it as well?
Well, if they want it devalued, I'm quite happy to sign it.
Oh, well, that's fabulous. But yeah, absolutely. Do check out all of these exclusive offers. They are incredible. All found on our website. And the next one I'm going to announce, I'm really, really proud to say that we're working with the wonderful AAT, who are our accessibility partner at the show, because we're going to be providing for the very first time British Sign Language interpreters on our main stages at Accountex.
Wow.
It's
Brilliant.
something that we've been passionate about for a while. We've really wanted to do, and along with AAT, who've just been so supportive, we're able to bring it to the show this year. You know, we want to make it, Accountex as inclusive as possible and as available to as many people as possible. So anyone that is interested in any of our other inclusivity and accessibility policies, please do check out our website. There's more information to be found there. And yeah, we're just thrilled to be able to do this. But there's going to be a couple more announcements next week.
Oh, next week's going to be a special show, isn't it? It's going to be you and me, and we're going to be revealing some secrets. And we'll have a bit of fun, won't we?
We always have a bit of fun. Always have a bit of fun.
Caroline, lovely to see you. I want to kick you out there because I've got Steve in the wings. You can see him. He's trying to get in.
Have a great show. Lovely to see you.
Thanks ever so much, Caroline.
Bye.
See you next week. Bye now. Oh my goodness, Steve Judge is in the house. Hello, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Ashley. I've missed Caroline. Has she gone now? Oh,
that's it. That's it. Absolutely. Ships passing in the night.
Yeah, we're gonna have a nice chat now without her. But I was listening to what she was saying, and fascinating some of the things. And you've written a book. That's great. And so you're going to be giving some out. And I think it's really good that you sign them. When I get asked to sign my books, I always like to put something personal. So it's nice to chat to the person before I write something. But when you've got a big long queue, it's kind of like really hard. And sometimes I just go back to the norm of just like the same old quote, which is a bit, unpersonal. but it's really nice. And the other thing she mentioned was the sign language, which I think is really good, inclusivity. However, I've got a little story. I was talking at York Minster, was it last year? And they said, we've got a sign language expert there that's going to be signing what you say. Have you got a script? And I said, no, I don't have a script. I talk for like half an hour and I know what I'm going to say and it's all rehearsed, but I don't have a script of what I'm going to say. They said, well, can you put a script together? I'm like, yes,
Really?
but that would take so much time. But that's what I did. So I now have a script, a 30-minute script. But I'm sure if they're professional enough, they'll be able to pick it up. The only reason they asked me was because I speak quite fast when I'm on the stage, because I get very excited and very passionate.
Good.
Good. But it's really hard for them to keep up with what I'm saying. So it's nice for them to know what I'm going to say before they try and sign it out to the audience.
I do a training session and people watch it back on slow speed because I squeeze so much in. So I know exactly where you are. I've been really, really rude. I haven't introduced you. Steve Judge, tell everybody who you are, what you do, please.
I'm an achievement catalyst, which means that I'm a motivational speaker. And what I do is I empower people to achieve the life that they want to live. And that could be anything. That could be in accounting, it could be bookkeeping, it could be academics, it could be sport, it could be love, it could be relationships, it could be environment. But what I do is I share my story that took me from wheelchair to world champion and beyond in business. And it's about the messages that I give, the quotes, the takeaways that I learned from my journey, that I reverse around and pass them out to the audience so that I can help people. Because I think everybody has the right to achieve the things in their life, the things that will bring them happiness and joy. And it almost frustrates me when people don't. They talk, that you know those people that always talk, I want to do this, I want to do that, but they don't do it. I will be that catalyst in their life for them to make that change so that they can achieve the things in their life. We've only got one life, so you got to live it. And I know that's a cliche, but it's so true. And because of what happened to me, I really, I woke up in hospital and I realized that, I really do only have one life and I better start living it. And I think that that's kind of turned everything around for me to up my game in a way. Not that I was, doing anything bad before or lazy or anything like that. I was kind of like very average. But I think when you've got something that happened to me, the accident, which was nearly a fatality, then when I woke up, I thought, right, so I need to get through this and then onwards and upwards. And I think I'm always asking myself, what more can I do? What more can I do? What more can I do to help other people? So I don't want anybody to have an accident like I did, anybody to go through the rehabilitation of the pain that I went through. So my job, my role now is to tell my story in the best way possible so that people can learn from what I went through. I can be the catalyst so that they can make the changes in their lives and go forward and achieve. And if I'm doing that and they take action, I'm happy, they're happy, everybody's happy.
Perfect. It's funny how a near-death experience changes our whole philosophy on this fragile life that we lead, isn't it? When we're young, we're immortal, and as we get a little bit older, and I've got a grandchild now, and you're sort of like, right, I'm getting nearer. And my post this morning was all about my screening that's come through, which they only give to over 55. You're like, oh my goodness, it's all coming. So you've hinted at it. What happened, Steve? How did you have this nearly fatal crash, and what was the ramifications?
Yeah, it's about going back, and I'm looking at the time, so we'll cut this as finely as possible. But 2002, I was driving in the outskirts of Sheffield. It was a rainy day, lots of water on the road. My car skidded. I wasn't speeding. There's no other cars on the road, but I lost control, and that's a horrible feeling in life, in your car, when you lose control. My car skidded sideways, crashed into a pole that bent the car in half, and both of my legs were in that crash. Now, I was knocked out unconscious. Everybody came to save me, the police, the paramedics, the fire brigade, the ambulance. It took them about an hour and a half to cut the car apart piece by piece, eventually reaching in, grabbing me and pulling me out of the wreckage along with what was left of my legs. Now, they
don't go too graphic, because we're at lunchtime and I'm not good on all of that stuff. But while they were cutting you out, were you aware of all of this, or right, okay,
it was horrible.
I can imagine.
Flashbacks. I remember the fire brigade, the chief fire officer, saying they had this big like mole grips like cutter thing.
I've seen them on training videos and stuff.
And they say, okay, Mr. Judge, bear with us, just brace yourself. We're just going to be cutting a bit, and went. The whole car was vibrating. I was like, oh, And I just knew that they were saving me. They were doing the right thing. But I was also thinking, can you just get on with it, please? Just get this over and done with. But yeah, mercy dashed to the nearest hospital. Went through, I was critical. And they looked at my legs, and I remember the surgeon looking and saying, "Okay, Mr. Judge, we're going to do the best that we can, but there's a possibility that we may even have to amputate your right leg," which is not words that I thought I'd hear that morning when I woke up. And I remember looking into his eyes and just saying, "Please, just do the best that you can." And with that, they took me off into the operating theatre to save my legs. But to be honest, Ashley, I later out found that they lied to me that day, because it wasn't just my legs that they were trying to save, it was my life. They really didn't know if I was going to come out of that operating theatre alive or dead. And that is the message that my mum received that night, that she had to pass on to my brother and my sister, not knowing if they're going to see the younger brother again, the younger son again. It was a horrible time for everybody. And, the kind of lights went out, and I woke up in the hospital bed with a blanket over where my legs were.
Wow.
Just like shocking, really bad.
Wow. So you're laying there. You've just come round. So first of all, it's not like, oh my goodness, thank goodness I'm alive.
Yes.
And then do you like feel down and see how many legs you've got?
Yeah, very much. Again, there's a little bit of flashback here.
Sorry.
So my left leg had been wrenched sideways at the knee, so it'd been bent sideways. My knee was ripped apart. So they popped that back in and put a plaster cast around it to deal with it later. My right leg had been partially amputated, which means like 4 inches of bone had been knocked out and thrown away. No good. And so
like Jenga.
Yeah, a bit like Jenga. And so
okay.
the Jenga comes out and the leg shortens. So my leg was
4 inches.
4 inches shorter.
That's 4 inches. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite a chunk. That's quite a chunk of leg.
So my foot was closer to me by 4 inches, and I was like, that looks close. Now this is all held together with a big metal cage, and it was around that time when the surgeon was doing his rounds. I was awake, and he was saying, how are you feeling, Mr. Judge? Come out of operation. I said, I feel terrible. I feel really groggy. I feel in so much pain, even though I was on a lot of morphine. He said, look, I understand that, Mr. Judge, but I just want you to say that we did the best that we could. We did manage to save both of your legs, but I'm afraid, with the severity of the injuries in both of your legs, there's a chance that you may never walk again. And when somebody gives you words like that, to be honest, I think when somebody gives anybody words like that, there's two ways of looking at it, and it's like a fight or flight. And that I could have just rolled over in bed and gone, okay, I guess I'll never walk again. Okay, let's think about this. But how I felt was the opposite. I felt really angry. I felt really angry that somebody had the audacity to say that to me. They just saved my leg, done all of that, and now they said that I may never walk again. And I was really angry, and I guess this is the fight in a way. And I was like, you don't know anything about me. I'm just a number, and you're saying those words to me. You've given me potential. What do I need to do to make sure that I can stand again, that I can walk again? Tell me what I've got to do. And the list was long. The rehabilitation, the physio, to actually stretch my leg back and grow the bone back, which I didn't think was possible at all.
Hang on. So this is mind-blowing. So I've got visions of you moving to a hill and just walking around on the hill at that angle.
Like a goat,
yeah. So what you've actually done is you've grown 4 inches of bone.
So first of all, with the cage, it had some ratchets on it. I had to twist these nuts and bolts every day that slowly lengthened my leg 1 millimeter a day. So I did that for 100 days to get my leg to the right length. Now, once it got to the right length, that was great, but there was no bone in the middle. There was no bone. And I said, how do I grow the bone? I said, do I just need to drink lots of milk, for calcium?
Eat cheese.
Yeah. And they said, no, Mr. Judge, no, you need to use your bone to encourage it to grow. I said, but there's no bone there. You've got to stand on your leg. You've got to walk on your leg. You've got to encourage the bone to grow. Now, that is a mind over matter thing. To stand up on the Zimmer frame, which is what I used for my wheelchair, and slowly put weight through my leg, which had no bone in it. It was still being held by the cage, to encourage the bone. It was like a stream. If you took an X-ray of it, it was like white bone, blackness, then white bone. And that blackness slowly over the months got grayer and grayer and whiter until 1.5 years later, it was pure white. And then the cage could come off and I could put full weight. Well, I was putting full weight through it anyway, but you know, I could stand on my leg again, and I had the bone had grown back. The leg was grown back a bit like a reptile, like a lizard. I'd grown my bone, my leg back.
Wow. That just, what an incredible device we have got, our bodies. Isn't that mind-blowing?
It is, really is.
And you know, and I've read a little bit about your story. I've seen videos of you trying to walk again and falling, you know, flat on your face and stuff like that. So what happened next? This is incredible, Steve. We haven't got long enough, but so you've now got a bone in your leg. Yeah. And now what? Where are you?
So I've got
a year and a half after the operation.
Yeah, my left leg, they replaced the knee ligaments with ligaments from a pig. Don't ask too many questions. I was such a shame that the ligaments weren't from an animal like a tiger or horse or a leopard.
Or a leopard.
Yeah, that would have been good. But a pig. But yeah, okay. So I've got that. So let's speed it up. I had a rehabilitation. I'm standing again. I'm walking again, but I have disability. I have immense pain, lack of movement, sensitivity, lack of feeling, all of it in both legs. But I was my goal had been to get back to normal. I suddenly realized that there is no such thing as normal. Big message that I pass out: to stop comparing yourself to other people, to your friends, to your family, to work colleagues, to celebrities. Everybody's different, and you have to start thinking about what you can do rather than what you can't do. And that's what I had to do. Mind over matter again. What can I do? Okay, I can't do this, 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 and this. What can I do? I can swim, so I swam. I can get onto a bike eventually, so I started cycling. Eventually looking for a new challenge, always thinking about what more can I do? You know, I've got my life back. What do I want to do physically as well? And I found this thing called a triathlon. I thought swim, bike, run. Well, I could walk around. Maybe I could do the run. I don't know. I could like jog a little bit, but it's very painful. But I scrolled down. There's a thing called a triathlon for disabled people. And I thought, I don't know if I'm disabled. I'm in a lot of pain. I feel like I am. I've got a blue badge and stuff like that. So I said, can I compete as a disabled athlete? And they did lots of tests and assessments. And they came back to me and said, Mr. Judge, you are disabled. And I'm like, yes, this is great news. This is good. because now I can compete as a disabled athlete. I've got no excuses to lean on. So now I had a new goal, Ashley, to work towards this triathlon. And I had 6 months to learn how to run again, to build up my swimming, to build up my cycling, to enter that triathlon, to cross that finish line. That's what I wanted to do. That was my goal. And when I say goal, I call it a GOLD. GOLD for me is an acronym for your goal, your opportunity, your love, your dream. GOLD. What is your goal? My goal was to cross that finish line. I wanted to win as well in my category, in my disability category, going down there, meeting para triathletes from around the UK, amazing people with missing arms, missing legs, visually impaired or completely blind, doing a triathlon. So just incredible. We set off, the gun goes off, you know, we do the swim, come out of the swim, I'm winning in my category, we go to the bike, round the reservoir, I'm still winning, come onto the run section, 5K, it's the sprint distance, running as fast as I can, looking behind me because the people are catching up on me because I'm not very good at running, but pushing it as fast as I can, crossing the finish line, grabbing that gold medal. It's just
a real
amazing
gold medal, not
pure gold.
Not the acronym. It's that is incredible.
That's a gold medal.
Right. For those of us that know nothing about triathlons, how far did you swim?
So the swim is the sprint distance, which is the small one, 750 meters.
Right. So that's quite a few lengths of the pool.
About 30 lengths of the pool. Then on the bike, it's 20K, which takes you about maybe 45 minutes cycling. Right. And then the run is 5K, 25 minutes-ish, depending on your speed, I guess.
Wow.
So the whole thing takes me about 1 hour 15, 1 hour 20, depending on the course and the hills and the wind and everything like that. But
because it's like you say, it's all sprint. It's you've got to go for it.
Bam, bam, bam. It's very different to Ironman, half Ironman, or anything like that. It is a sprint. You are go, 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 and I love that. And to be honest, it suits me perfectly because any longer and the pain. When I'm running, when I'm doing stuff, I have the adrenaline and the endorphin release, so I don't feel the pain. But after a while, the pain does override that, and I feel the pain while I'm still running. So if I run 10K now, that's really difficult for me. 5K is just about okay. Even after 5K, I'm okay. But afterwards, I will be limping like a pirate. I'm in so much pain, and it's consequences. And I don't mind that. I don't mind because I love running. But it's like things like if I go shopping for a full day, walking around, stopping and starting on my feet, at the end of that, I'll have pain. And I hate that because I hate shopping and I hate the pain. So there's no win. So
No,
it
yeah,
depends what you're doing.
absolutely. No, do you not get someone to give you a gold medal when you finish the shopping or something?
I give
to add,
myself a gold
to add
medal.
a goal. So, this is quite incredible. So there you are, stood on the podium on the highest level,
Yeah.
getting a little ribbon with a gold thing there. And you must have just looked back and thought, that surgeon said I'd never walk again.
Yeah.
That is incredible. How did you feel?
Elated, just
Yeah.
incredible. It's amazing. Also emotional.
I was going to say, did you cry?
I did. I've got a lovely photo, and when I'm at Accountex, I'll put the slide up, and there's a lovely photo. I say lovely. It's of me at the finish line. I'm crying, and I'm hugging my son, who's about 4 years old, and he's crying. It's a very emotional time because of everything that I'd been through, leading up to that. The car accident, the rehabilitation, the growing my leg back, the learning to stand again, walk again, run again, swim, bike, push myself as an athlete, all of that got me through to the finish line, grabbing the gold medal. And not only that, actually, it was the British Championships as well. So I was then crowned British champion at that time. And somebody came up to me and said, Steve, congratulations, you're now British champion in your category. Would you like to represent Great Britain? And I said, hell yeah, I would love to represent Great Britain. Now, the message here is that there's opportunities all around us. You got to see them. You got to hear them. You got to smell them. And then when you do, you got to do something about it. Grab hold of it with both hands and take action. And this is what it's all about. The whole point about my messaging and my journey is about knowing what I wanted. I wanted to survive. I wanted to stand again. I wanted to walk again. I wanted to do a triathlon, just finish the triathlon. Then I wanted to win the triathlon. And I wanted that so passionately that I worked towards it. And I did whatever it took to make it happen. And it's not easy. None of this is easy. I don't want anybody to think, this is easy. I've summed it up in like 20 minutes rather than about 7 years. But what I want to do is I want to turn it around to the audience, the people that are listening today and the people that will be at Accountex, about ask themselves, what do they want? What do they want in their life? Do they want to be healthier? Do they want to be fitter? Do they want to be growing their business? Do they want to be a better bookkeeper? Do they want to help more people? Do they want to earn more money? Do they want to go down to a 4-day week, a 3-day week, retire early? It's fine. Think about what they want, what you want, and then you can work towards it. And so that's the big question that I'll be asking everybody all the time is what do you want? What's your goal? What is your goal, your opportunity, your love, and what is your dream? What is that thing that you really want? And I will inspire you and motivate you to work towards that. I'll only have like 35 minutes on the day, but my book will be available, and I'd love to talk to people afterwards as well. And even after this chat that we're having here, to help people more, because that is my drive. I like I said before, it frustrates me that people don't achieve and they come up with excuses and barriers and obstacles, and they lean on their excuses. Don't lean on your excuses. Turn your excuses into challenges and work towards and bash through those barriers and go and achieve the things that you want, because that will make you so happy and fulfillment in life, because that's what life should be about. And if I can help you on that journey, then that's what I want to do. So the more people I can do, the better.
No, absolutely. So you mentioned your son.
Yes.
Was your son around when you had the accident?
No, that was another goal.
Right, okay.
I have a son and a daughter. I've got 2 now.
Oh, fantastic. They must be very, very proud of their daddy.
They are. They roll their eyes a lot because they hear.
Yeah. Oh, not again. Yeah, we know it grew. We know it's only 4 inches, Dad. Look how much bone I've grown in the last few years. So, would you like to represent Great Britain? What happened next, Steve?
So I grabbed that opportunity with both hands.
Of course you did.
Set off a new goal. So I set my goal to become European champion, which I achieved in 2011. And then I set my goal to become world champion in 2011, which was Beijing, China. Worked towards that, turned up at China against the rest of the world, did the swim, the bike, the run, crossed the finish line, become champion of the world in 2011. Did it for Great Britain.
Oh, I just love world champions on the show. I love this. That's incredible.
Yeah, just amazing.
Right. So you're in Beijing now.
Yeah.
All right. They're playing the national anthem.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. That is incredible.
The 2 things I'm going to say, wearing the kit, the first time I put the GB kit on, oh my gosh, what a special moment. Just in my apartment, looking in the mirror, just going, oh my gosh, I've got a GB kit on. And the second one is so emotional, is when you see your flag raise up and they're playing your national anthem for you, for everything that you've done, for your achievement,
yeah.
for your country. It's just the tears come down. It's
I was just going to say, did you cry again?
So you're smiling and crying. It's really weird.
Yeah. So you're stood on this podium again with who was on the other two? Can you remember?
Oh God, the Italian and the French. Yeah,
French and Italian. Okay, so Europe doing well in the world. That's brilliant. And you're there, and you're thinking, oh my goodness, 7 years ago, that surgeon said I'd never walk again.
Yeah.
And look, it's stories like this that make us think, that extra phone call, that doing a little bit more here or sending out another email. That's really not difficult. That's really not. I turn around to people and I'd train LinkedIn, and they turn around to me and I'd go, "Oh, I've got what? And I've got to do this." And I go, "Yeah, oh, that's really hard." No. Learning to walk again when you've got no bone in your leg, that's hard.
Yeah,
and it's putting things into perspective. And I guess you're very good at that, Steve.
Yeah, I think I am, and I've managed to transfer it over to my business now, knowing what I want to help inspire and motivate, empower people to live the life or achieve the life that they want to live. What do I have to do that? So knowing what I want, knowing why I want it is very important. Knowing what I've got to do with the lead generation, the marketing, the emails, the networking, all of that stuff, the website, all of that stuff, and always asking myself, what more can I do? What more can I do to get my business to the level that I want it to? But then the fourth one, I'm talking about my golden, the golden plan, is the golden gang. And it's about the people that you've got. And it's not just the people that you've got in your business, in your life at the moment. It's also about the people that you want in your business going forward. If you want a LinkedIn expert, then admit that to yourself. Go search, go find Ashley Leeds and go and tap him up and say, right, I need some help with LinkedIn, or I need some help with this, or I need some help with that. I would like a guru. I would like a dietitian. I'd like a personal trainer. I would like a masseur to come around. I'd like a business guru. If that's what you want, now I'm not saying, you're going to get it the next day, but know who you want. And the last one is a deadline, your golden hour, working towards a deadline, and start a long way away. 5 years. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Yeah, got that. That's happy. That's good. Where do you need to be in 4 years, 3 years, 2 years? Where do you need to be at the end of this year to get to your 5-year goal? Just bite it down chunk by chunk, and then you can work towards it. So yeah, that's exactly what I did growing my leg. That's exactly what I did as an elite athlete. And that's what I'm doing now as a global speaker, running my business, helping people.
That's an amazing story. I cannot wait. Do you know, I'm not going to be able to see you because I'm hosting the LinkedIn Lounge, but please come over and say hello.
Yeah,
we can swap books.
I've got my book here, so I can swap that with you. No problem.
Perfect.
I'll put a little personal note on it.
You're a top man. You're a top man. So you're coming to Accountex. You're going to be doing this amazing talk. You're going to be hanging around afterwards to talk to people.
Yeah, I love that bit. I hated the pandemic when the Zoom would just like switch you off and you disappear. I love the chatting. So once people heard my story, they see me, they want to talk to me, come and ask me, come and ask me questions, come and chat to me. I'll be hanging around, talking to as many people as possible. So yeah, really encourage that. Fantastic.
And some people are going to come up to you after you've done your talk. You must have had it, and I want an example, but they come up to you and go, "Oh, Steve, I read your book, or I saw this talk, and then I've gone on and I've done da. What's the best story you can share that someone's come up and shared with you?"
Sometimes I've had people that have quit their job, you just think, oh right, okay. They were thinking about it before, but they've made that change. A lot of people have changed their jobs. They said, I wasn't happy where I was, and so I've now got another job. Some of them have been sporting achievements, so they started doing couch to 5K, or they've gone and got their personal best for their 10K. Lots of things that people were thinking of, and that's all they were doing. They were just thinking about it, and because they heard me, I was the catalyst that made them to take action, and that's what I really want them to do.
Absolutely perfect. Steve, you've been an amazing guest on my show today. I cannot wait to meet you, and I'm sure everybody else cannot wait to meet you either. He's going to catch up with the recording, and Gemma was saying, what an inspiration. So yeah, I love having inspirational people. How do people get to work with you, Steve?
They can find me on my website, www.steve-judge.co.uk. I'm all over social media: LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, X. Instagram. So there really is no excuses. Don't leave no excuses. You want to get in contact, please do that. I want to help people. I am a speaker. I do run workshops. I also do one-to-one coaching. So let's just have a chat. Let's have a chat first. Send me a question. Send me little comments on social media. LinkedIn is probably best for me. So that's probably the best way. And then, we can take it from there. And then hopefully I'll meet those people down at Accountex.
No, fantastic. I got one more question for you, but before that, I just want to quickly pop over and I've done a little bit of work because I got Caroline Hobden coming to chat to me next week, which will be so much fun. And then we'll be at the show. So my last question for you, Steve, what are you most looking forward to at Accountex?
It's for me, big smile. Performing, I love performing. Sat here in my office, this is not my business. It is. I spend a lot of time here, but it's when I get on the stage with the mic and the audience. So perform will be number one. The second one will be meeting the people, either before I speak or after I speak. I love that. I love hearing about how people are going to take action. That's what I want to hear. If you're not going to take action after I've spoken, then I failed. I failed at something. So I love to know what people are going to do. And then mingling, networking and talking to lots of people, getting the buzz and the hype. So yeah, all of those things. But first one, performing on the stage is what I live for. It's great.
Awesome. Steve, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody for the comments. And we will see you next week. And this is a podcast. And so if you want to get hold of Steve, go and have a look at the podcast notes and you can get in contact there. Cheerio, Steve.
See you later.
You get out what you put in, never gonna lose.